My Lord and my God, I firmly believe that you are here, that you see me, that you hear me. I adore you with profound reverence. I ask your pardon for my sins and grace to make this time of prayer fruitful. My Immaculate Mother, Saint Joseph, my Father and Lord, my guardian angel, intercede for me. The scene right before the gospel of today's Mass is when Jesus just called Matthew, the tax collector, the publican, the despicable friend of the Romans. Jesus called one of them to be one of his apostles. And what does Matthew do? He throws a feast. He welcomes Jesus and the other apostles into his house. And who does he invite? His friends. And who are his friends? Who could possibly be the friends of an outcast publican? Well, other outcasts, other sinners, other publicans, other tax collectors. And they're all at table with Jesus. And of course, the Pharisees pass by. And they see you, Jesus, sitting there talking to all these sinners and publicans and traitors of the Jewish people. They can't believe it. They can't believe you're sitting with those despicable people. And they ask his apostles, your apostles, don't you know that doesn't he know that he's speaking with sinners and eating with sinners? And you reply to them, those who are well have no need of a physician, but those who are sick. Go and learn what this means. I desire mercy, not sacrifice, for I have come to call not the righteous, but sinners. But eating with sinners was not the only thing that you were doing which rubbed the more faithful practitioners of the Jewish religion the wrong way. The disciples of John came to you and they ask, why do we and the Pharisees fast often, but your disciples do not fast? Well, gosh, so we're in the context of a feast with sinners. And these people come up to them and ask them, why don't you fast? So it sounds like Jesus not only is eating, you're not only eating with tax collectors and sinners, but you're eating with them on a fast day. That would be like one of us going to hang out with a world-renowned soccer star or actor or actress who is known to be anti-Catholic, known to have dumped their wife or their husband and is publicly living with someone else, and then going out with that person to go eat salty fried chicken and for dessert have a hot chocolate fudge banana split, and do that on Ash Wednesday. That's pretty much out of place, Jesus. Eating with tax collectors and sinners on a fast day. Nice going. That's going to get you some good credibility with the Pharisees. Well, what do you say? What do you respond to them, Jesus? This is how you respond. The wedding guests cannot mourn as long as the bridegroom is with them, can they? The days will come when the bridegroom is taken away from them, and then they will fast. Well, Jesus, aren't you here? Isn't that like part of what we believe, that you're always accompanying us? Isn't that something you said before you ascended into heaven? I will be with you always, even until the end of the age. Haven't you already risen from the dead? And so if you're always here with us and you're already risen from the dead, why should we ever fast? Because what do you say, Jesus? You say The days will come when the bridegroom is taken away from them, and then they will fast. Well, I think obviously the first thing you're referring to is your death. When you are dead, your disciples will do penance. They will fast. Probably be so heartbroken they won't even have an appetite. But what about us, Lord? Maybe there are other things nowadays which already take the bridegroom away from us. What are things that nowadays take you away from us? Well, there's sin, pride, selfishness, laziness, impatience, impurity, anger, religious indifference. All those things take you away from us. You want to be right next to us, and in a certain sense you are. But we build a wall between you and us. And we don't see you. We live as if you weren't there. And because you take our freedom seriously, you let us live that way. You let us separate ourselves from you. At this point, it would be helpful to turn to the first reading of today's Mass. Isaiah talks about that, about people who look for God and don't find him. And they even fast. But they're fasting in a very prideful way, very hypocritical way. And as a result, they're looking for you and they don't see you. They want to come close to you and they don't notice that you're already there. And then the people say, "Why do we fast, but you do not see? Why do we humble ourselves, but you do not notice?" And you respond to them, "Lord, look, you serve your own interest on your fast day and oppress all your workers. Look, you fast only to quarrel and to fight and to strike with a wicked fist. Such fasting as you do today will not make your voice heard on high." You know, what is that kind of false fasting? What might that false fasting be for us this Lent? The same mouth that has given up chocolate and sweets and ice cream and everything delicious, is that same mouth gossiping? Or the eyes that spend less time with social media on the smartphone, are they also dwelling on an inappropriate advertisement on the street? Or the ears that make sure to listen to 10 minutes with Jesus every single day, are they also ignoring a colleague or friend that needs to get something off their chest? Is not this the fasting that I choose? To loose the bonds of injustice, to undo the thongs of the yoke, to let the oppressed go free, and to break every yoke? Is it not to share your bread with the hungry and bring the homeless poor into your house? When you see the naked, to cover them and not to hide yourself from your own kin? And what happens when we really fast, doing those works of charity? In addition to the fasting, Isaiah and Jesus are not saying don't fast, do works of charity. They're saying do both. And when we do that real fasting, Jesus, with the coherent life, what happens? Your light will break forth like the dawn, Your healing shall spring up quickly. Your vindicator will go before you. We will call out, and the Lord will answer. We will cry for help, and you will say to us, Jesus, here I am. I'm right beside you. I never left you. Let's keep close to Mary today, who kept close to the cross. I thank you, my God, for the good resolutions, affections, and inspirations that you have communicated to me in this meditation. I ask your help to put them into effect. My Immaculate Mother, Saint Joseph, my Father and Lord, my guardian angel, intercede for me.